G'day, this is a quick little review on the Commencal hardtail in a 20-inch Meta model. This is the 2020 in red colorway. Couldn't find much online, hence quickly doing a little video. After extensive research, I found that this one was the most well spec'd for a little guy, and thought I'd bite the bullet and pay the 1500 Australian. Plus then unfortunately I had to pay to have the brakes changed to have right hand rear, because that's what he was used to, as he's got an upgrade from this bike. This was his specialized hot rock in a 16-inch, and a sign of a well spent youth is a ball tire, thanks to the amazing little hydraulic rear that was done by Stuart Prince of Elite Cycle Repairs in Malanda, Far North Queensland. So the idea with this one is to strip the frame, paint it pink, hand it over to his little sister, because it's been great that he didn't ever have coaster, learned how to brake and learned the right way with the right hand at the rear. As a company, I found Commencal to be pretty professional to deal with. I had a few inquiries, so I phoned them. It was hard not to be able to see one physically before I made the plunge and purchased it. The little guy's birthday is later today, so looking forward to him getting back from school and seeing how he goes. Now you might have noticed this. This is my one criticism of the bike so far. The little chain guard is a plastic or rubber. It seems to be just bonded with a glue, and in the North Queensland weather it seems to just peel off, as you can see in there. So what I did is I just bought a $7 packet of cable ties, went to town, and hopefully that'll just serve dual purpose in holding it and protecting the bike. The other thing that I did was to wrap the tubing in a clear coat or a clear skin, just to protect the frame, and then I added a decal with his name, etc. So yeah, he's pretty much set to go. I've copied the dimensions of his current bike. The reach is going to be about 5 centimeters longer, and we'll take him to the pump track later today, and then off to ride some of the local trails over the weekend. My first thoughts from unboxing to building was that the overall quality seemed pretty good. As you can see, the brakes have been swapped there from what's brought out in Australia. Don't know why everyone doesn't ride right hand rear. The levers have good adjustment for the little hands, and I had to explain to him how the gears were going to work, because he hasn't had gears before. So I made up this little model for him. So for the last week he's been doing little virtual rides, looking at me on Zwift or some YouTube videos of guys riding trails, and he's simply been clicking up and down to learn the different gears, and he seems to be pretty confident with the process now. Spoke to some of the guys on Cycling Dads Australia, who recommended maybe a pedal upgrade down the track, so we'll see how these little plastic ones go. But for the rest, everything looks pretty good. Way better than anything I had as a 6-year-old, so yeah, he's a lucky little boy, and a proud dad of a kid who loves being outside rather than sitting in front of a screen. If you're thinking about it, my recommendation at first, without him having actually ridden it, would be go for it. Yes, it's expensive, but you're investing in him outdoors rather than sitting in front of a computer. Lastly, just a little size comparison, the 16-inch to the new 20-inch, and then a 29 and a medium size. He wanted a red one, and red is what he got. Says he wants to have an S-Works when he's big, so we'll see how he goes. Maybe he'll be a Commencal fan for life. Cheers! One last thing for transparency. As I don't believe in free rides, he had to work hard for the last 4 months, and he slowly saved up by doing jobs around the house, washing cars, washing the neighbours' cars, bringing bins back up from collection on Mondays, and earning his keep. So his commitment was to save 150. The rest is what he's getting for pocket money for $5 for this week. He's got a few jobs that he's already done that we haven't coloured in yet there. So yeah, that's his little bike, well deserved. He paid 10%.